Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? We got a few people that wandered in here. Let's see. We had, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pronounce the name correctly, but Official, the mix is out there. It's me, Brian, is in the house. Clint's Craft Creations. Suzanne Igley, how you doing out there in Ireland? Shorn Big Laura. It's late over there. I bet it is. It's not quite dark here yet. It's trying, but it's not quite dark here yet. The notification should be going out to everybody. We should have everybody strolling in here soon. Well, I'm sorry you're going to miss the show, but I'm glad you dropped in. You never know what I'm going to talk about or do or say next. I don't even know what I'm going to do. Waiting for all of them to stroll in here. They'll be coming in a little bit at a time. I got some H-top music going here in the background. Love to you, sister. Love to you. There's Brian. He's back. Clint's Craft, blah, 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 like it's easy for me to say. Clint's Craft Creations in the house. Thank you. Appreciate that. DC Jensen is in the house. Oh, well, you're perfectly welcome, DC. No problem. Well, bless your heart, Brian. Chester Cat 1956 is in the house. Hey, girl. How you doing? Every time I say Chester Cat, I think of my wonderful Alice in Wonderland with my cat. The cat with the big smile. Is it warming up any place where y'all are? Is it winter everywhere? Wilkins Outdoor Adventures is in the house. Well, you're at work and you can't hear. Well, thank you for letting it play. I appreciate that. Plants Time is in the house. Thumbs up to you. It's in the 80s there. Lord have mercy, I can only wish. We're still in the 30s, maybe the 40s if we get lucky. There's still snow on the ground here, spots. It's raining where Clint's at. Arizona lady says it's warming up there. Well, get a fan and blow some of it up this direction, up to Indiana. Lord have mercy. We missed a big snowstorm over the weekend. It went just south of me. Not by much, though, about 20 miles south. They had whiteout conditions and everything. 71 in Arizona. Windy today. Windy here yesterday. Tried to blow me off the map yesterday. Plants Time says it's 50 there. Brian's checking his pennies out. See if he's got any that's worth a bunch of money. Sometimes they're worth a little bit. Awesome Wood Things is in the house. Good to see you out there, Matt. The weather's bipolar. Well, spring's supposed to be coming. I don't think Mother Nature got the memos. What the issue is. 41 degrees in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's about here. It's been in the upper 30s, 40s last day or so, and it needs to warm up. I'm ready for some at least 70-degree weather. Dry things out, warm things up a little bit. Let's think about gardens and things greening up a little bit. My yard needs some serious attention, but it's too cold and wet to get out there and do anything with it. Anybody else going to be putting out a garden? Or am I the only one? Let's see, Jeff Robinson says, don't forget about the Houston Woodworking Show on April the 13th through the 15th. Okay. All right, Matt. I'll still be here in 30 minutes. Don't do anything too awesome. Now, you never know. I mean, it's not planned. It just happens. You never know what I'm liable to do or say. Rocking my bottle of juice here, keep my whistle wet. Still fighting a little bit of that congestion from all that illness I had back over the winter. So I'm trying to stay hydrated here. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Matt. I'm getting closer. Still got a little bit to go, but I'm getting closer. And this gives me an opportunity to say, too, if anybody needs watch time, just go to any of my videos and type in it to win it. If you put in it to win it in any of the comments on any of my videos, then I'll know that you need watch time. I'll put you on the list. I've got a list. There's several other people that are playing the list, too. And we're trying to help folks with their watch time. If you can give some help, let me know that, too, because I'll pass that list on to you. I will need your email address so that I can pass the list on, because it's getting too long to try to put it in any kind of a message or comment or anything like that. So make sure I have your email address and I'll send you the list. I'm a giggle box. I don't know if I've ever been accused of being a giggle box. Loudmouth, that I've been accused of plenty. Brian, I thought you were already on. Well, didn't I have you on the list and you said you'd made it, or do you need help again? Dustin Stevens in the house. Dude behind the camera is in the house. Man, I tell you what, we're getting inundated. Good to see you both out there. Lord have mercy. Well, hey, you never know what's up around here. Every minute is an adventure. Jeff Robinson in the house. What do I think about Roseanne coming back to TV? Well, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I loved her show when it was on. Now, she did some things in her personal life that I wasn't too tickled about, but that's her personal life. I thought she was a good actress. I did enjoy the show. It's going to be interesting to see what the new show does, because a lot of times the new shows don't do as well as the old shows did. But, I love to see it and see how she does. I think when is it? Isn't it tomorrow night that's supposed to be on? Somebody refresh my memory here, because I've seen it advertised. The Dakota family is in the house. Tales from the Lotus podcast is in the house. Tomorrow night. Okay, well, I have to write that down. That's probably going to be on while, let's see, tomorrow is Tuesday night. That's Wacky's night to be on the internet. So I'll have to write it down and check it out, see if I can do both at the same time, because I don't have all that fancy equipment to be able to record it or any of that. At least for her first show, she should have a real good audience. There are a lot of people that enjoyed that show. We'll see how many of the original cast members are in it, and if they bring on new characters or what they do, because there were some good characters in that. A lot of talent. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Tales from the Lotus podcast. Everybody bust up, bust down, do your thing, make friends, support each other. That's the important thing. That's more important than the busting up and down, the support. Going to each other's videos and showing support. And don't get irritated if somebody doesn't see every video that you've got, or if they miss for a while, because things happen. We all have lives outside the internet. So, if you think they need reminded, and me included, if I ain't been over to your videos in a while, make a comment on one of my videos and I'll get over there. That's all it takes. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Polito's Toys Playtime is in the house. Howdy to you. Now, I know that there's been some comments made by some folks here and there about, being irritated that, well, they don't support me. They don't come to my videos. Well, have you been over theirs? Have you reminded them? Have you left any comments on their videos? There's two sides to a story. If it's all one-sided, if you're going over there and commenting on everything they got and they ain't coming in to support you, then maybe you need to just ask them. I've done that to folks. So, hey, I've been over here supporting you. Could you maybe come over and take a look at some of my videos and leave some comments over there? Sometimes they just need a little nudge. Amores 420 Ponce is in the house. The light's shining on my computer and I can't see it real good. I have to turn it a little bit here, get a better view of the screen. Good to have you out there. Pappy Benell in the house. Good to have you out there, Pappy. We treat you good in here. Come on over here, sit down on the couch and prop your feet up. Help yourself to bologna in the refrigerator. Jeff says he's got to get off the couch and make some more videos. Yep. Boy, I tell you what, you remember that commercial I used to have on TV about that feller that worked for Dunkin' Donuts and he met himself at the door coming and going? That's how I've been on doing these videos. I've got to cut back a little bit on my videos. I'm starting with Twitch. I'm going to do 3 lives a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on Twitch at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We're going to try that for a while, see how that works. I'm going to keep everything the same here on YouTube for a little bit, but as the weather warms up and I've got to get outside and work in the garden and that sort of thing, probably going to be cutting back on the videos. My live will stay the same at 8 o'clock on Monday nights, but the videos, I may have to cut back a little bit on them. We'll see. Nothing etched in stone just yet. We'll just see how time plays out because, I don't have anybody to help me here. It's all me. And I've got spring cleaning to do. I got to move this studio. I've got my new studio set up already. I've just got to get it organized and ready to go and get my camera and everything hooked up to it. And there'll be a new studio coming. So that's got to be done. My gardening has to be done. Yard work has to be done. And ain't nobody doing it but me. So, something's got to give a little bit along the line. Second Chance Creations by Krista is in the house. Odessa Woodworking and Maker is in the house. Checking out my comments here because my lips have been flapping. Well, Krista, it's good to see you, honey. I ain't seen you in quite a while. Eric Amadeo is in the house. Thank you for the compliment on the house. Frozen Fury is in the house. Good to see you out there. You want to see some garden videos, Jeff? Well, I can probably do that. I can take the GoPro out. I garden different from other people, so you might actually be interested in what I do out there. I look like Gangsta Debbie. These are my cheap sunglasses. My good ones are out in my purse, my Ray-Bans, but these are my cheap ones. There's a song about cheap sunglasses once upon a time. So let me get this chat set up right too so I don't miss nothing. If you've noticed up there at the top of the screen, they got live chat and top chat. You want live chat if you want to see everything that goes on the screen. Because a lot of times they chop a bunch of stuff off of there on that top chat. So I don't know why they do that. Marisa Marshall's in the house. Good to see you in there. Victorian Edge in the house. Jay Nelson 252 in the house. Lee Lizzo's in the house. Yeah, ZZ Top did the cheap sunglasses song. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. ZZ Top was a good band, too. I like that Sharp Dressed Man song that they had in the video. Say, I'm dating myself, but everybody already knows I'm older than dirt, so. Matt had to run to the post office, Al. He'll be back here in a minute. Just in case you're wondering where he's at. Well, thank you. That's good. Smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it. Anybody that tuned in last week and heard me talking about the, now my mind's going blank, that pressure cooker. That's what I was trying to think of. I got some ribs at the store yesterday. So I got ribs, and this week I'm going to fire up a pressure cooker. So you might want to watch the news. I'm liable to be on there. Thank you, Victorian Edge. Appreciate that. You never know what I'm going to look like from 1 minute to the next. All kinds of hairdos and all kinds of hats. Hats and scarves and all that. I like the accessories. Glenn says he smashed the buttons all week. Well, it's good to have you drop in, dude. I appreciated it. Really do. Come by anytime. Ring me up on Hangouts. I'm as close as hitting the button most of the time. You might want to get me before the weather gets nice because I'm liable to be outside quite a bit. Anyway, I was talking about the garden. I live in town, and in town, you know, we just have fairly small yard lots, and we've got a lot of buried cables and that sort of thing. So my garden is above ground, and I have 100-gallon pots that are fabric and full of dirt, and that's what I garden in. And this year I'm going to be planting 3 things in those pots. I'm going to be planting green beans, tomatoes, and gourds. Gourds are for my crafting, and tomatoes and the green beans, of course, are for eating. It's going to be interesting to see how my berries do this year. I've got grapes, I've got gooseberries, and I've got strawberries. Last year, the frost got my gooseberries and my grapes. Strawberries did okay. I look like Ozzy Osbourne. Well, let's hope I don't talk like him. Oh, you won't go see me biting no heads off of bats either. Exploring with CF's in the house. And Milan Lu. I hope I came close to pronouncing that correct, honey. DC Kool-Aid and Lisa's in the house. But yeah, I like my fabric pots for gardening. It makes it a lot easier to do my gardening that way, because with being ate up with arthritis, I can't, you know, crawl around on the ground and do like I used to do years ago. So this way, they're up off the ground, and I can just take my folding chair out there and then sit there beside the pot and weed it or plant it or pick it or fertilize it, whatever it is that I need to do out there. I can do it all sitting down without killing myself. There's a few old stock tanks out there too, that big old Rubbermaid stock tanks that I cut the bottoms out of. So I may put up some videos with that if you want to see it. Vanessa Angel Rose in the house. It's the food for Thanksgiving, and the food is for any day that I'm hungry. I've been growing lots of different things out there. Some years some things hit good, and other years they don't. It depends on the weather and how things ride. But this year I'm kind of cutting back on how much different stuff I plant. I'm going to fill everything out there, but it's just going to be 3 crops this year, and everything else I can get up at the farmer's market. Yeah, I put up my tomatoes, and then in the wintertime, see, I can take the tomatoes, some of them I juice and some of them I just crush, and I can make my soups and have tomato juice that's out of the garden that actually has taste to it instead of stuff you buy at the store that's tasteless. And the green beans, the way I do mine is I freeze them. I got a great big old freezer, so I cook them up, put some ham hocks or ham shanks or something in them, maybe a little ham and some onions and taters, and cook them up, and then I put them in gallon-sized Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer. And boy, that's good when it's cold outside. Good fresh vegetables out of your garden that's been cooked up and froze. Good taste to it. You've been on the treadmill? Oh, bless your heart. I hate to even think about trying to get on one of them things again. My joints all froze up the way they are, the arthritis. That thing would throw me across the room. Well, there's different ways of doing things. I mean, you know, my way is probably different than a lot of people's, but it's the old-fashioned way of doing it. It's just up above ground in a pot. So it's kind of the new way of doing it mixed with the old. Jim Bashir's driveway workshop with Jim Bashir's. I'll get it spit out. Good to see you out there, Jim. Dixieland peas. Now, I've never tried that. I've raised all kinds of sweet peas in the garden. It's tough to grow them up here anymore because you need to get them in the ground around St. Patrick's Day, and the ground's usually pretty froze here. Yeah, Al says ham hocks and black beans. But say, I cook them in the green beans. Boy, they give them green beans some good flavor. I love going into the meat market, you know, where they're supposed to know something about meat, and ask them, do you have any ham shanks? And they said, what? I said, do you have any ham shanks? And they just stand there and look at me like I'm speaking some foreign language. And they end up having to go find the butcher, you know, because whoever's working the counter don't know nothing about food. And the butcher has to go get them out of the back of the freezer. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they can't put some ham shanks out in the meat case. Let it throw me. Oh, Lord, if it throws me, Jim, I break a hip. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I break easy. Yeah, potatoes. Now, I've grown my share of potatoes and sweet potatoes too in the garden. And I love growing them in them big pots too, because the dirt doesn't compact like it does in the ground. We have clay soil here, so you know you have potting soil in these tubs, and it's easy to dig them up. But you get them down in that clay, boy, they're hard to get out of the ground. Clint's leaving. Bye, Clint. Yeah, Al says they eats the ham hocks first and then have the beans and rice. Where am I located? I'm in Indiana, central Indiana, on the east side next to Ohio. Walker Outdoors likes the hat. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, ham hocks are great in green beans. Oh man, there's some eating right there. Cracker Barrel has decent green beans. You got to flavor them. A lot of people just want to just dump them out of a can. They haven't got no flavor that way. You got to put something in them to season your food up. Drone Wolf Media's in the house. Good to see you in there. Howdy. Carolina #1. White bean chili. Boy, I tell you what, I'd love to have some venison meat. Make some venison chili. I haven't had any venison chili now in about, I guess, 3 years, because last time I had venison chili was when I still had some deer meat in the freezer. I went through a spell of hitting them with the vehicle, and I don't recommend that. It's not good for you. It's not good for your vehicle. Certainly not really too good for the deer, but I put them in the freezer. Made me some chili out of them. Raven Rain Books in the house. Good to see you out there. Welcome. This is Raven's first live chat with me. She just joined the channel a few days ago. Good to have her in here. She has a great channel. You might want to get over there and support her. These are all good people in here. You might get in there and bust them up, sub them up, Lego them up, whatever we call it these days. Support their channels. They'll support you back. Woo-hoo. Yeah, another food that I like real good, and some of you are just gonna turn up your nose as soon as you hear it, but it's oxtail soup, vegetable soup made with oxtail. That flavors the soup. I can't eat vegetable soup unless it's oxtail soup, because that's how my mom made it. That's how I got used to eating it. No other vegetable soup tastes the same. It doesn't have the flavor. You got to go to your butcher shop. Got to ask them for oxtail. And the way I do it is I take the oxtail and I wash it, and then I put it in a pot with I put a little beef stock in there, maybe a little water, enough to cover it, and I boil it until you can get your fork in it. It doesn't have to be tender yet, just enough to get the fork in it. And then when you get the fork in it, you want to start adding your vegetables, and you're going to add, whatever you put in it. I put tomatoes and green beans and onions and potatoes and some corn and some peas, maybe some lima beans in there. And you put beef stock in there with it, and then you cook it until the meat is tender, fall off the bone tender. Then all the little segments of the tailbone in there come out of the soup real easy. So as you're ladling it out and you see one of them tailbone pieces, you just pull it out of there. But talk about your tongue slap your brains out. That's wonderful. Raven turns her nose toward the stew. Pig knuckles. Now, my granny used to eat pig knuckles. Pickled pig's feet. So you buy pickled pig's feet at the store. And I'll eat tongue too. That's good eating if you know how to cook it. Well, sure, Matt, you can cause any trouble you want to cause. I can't imagine him causing any trouble. He's a sweetheart. Salted down possum belly. Delicious. Now, I've never had any. Well, Marley, we're talking about victuals. All kinds of victuals. We talked about green beans cooked with some ham hocks, and we've talked about deer meat stew, venison stew. We've talked about oxtail soup, and we was just talking about maybe some boiled tongue. We're making people hungry. I talked about some pig knuckles, some pig's feet, smoked hog jowls, and grits. Salted cod. Now that I've not had either. Now I don't know that I could do it raw. I want my fish, all my sushi has to be deep fried. Yep, green beans and ham hocks and oxtail soup. There you go. That's some victuals. My mother used to get so mad at me. I was just a little skinny kid growing up. Man, I tell you, I looked like a stick figure. I had to turn sideways for him to see me. And and she used to make these great, big, huge kettles of oxtail soup, thinking that, it was going to last a couple weeks. And I'd come home from school and I'd get into that soup and it wouldn't last 3 days. And she said, "What did you do with all the soup?" Because I was so skinny, she couldn't believe that I ate all that. The old stoner is in the house and he says, "I'm getting him hungry." Well, I grew up on a farm, so you learn to eat all kinds of stuff there on the farm. A lot of people that don't like liver and onions, but a lot of that is in how it's cooked. Because if you don't cook it right, it's going to turn out like shoe leather. You have to be quick with that liver. You just want to cook it till it's done, and it doesn't take but like 3 minutes to cook liver till it's done. You want to bread it. You want to put flour on it, and then you cook it just enough to get the flour done on it and make a nice little crust. Then you got to put onions. It has to have onions with it. So you pull that liver out of the skillet, you put some butter in the skillet, and you saute you some onions in there. Then you have some mashed potatoes with that. You put some mashed potatoes on the plate, put your liver on top of the mashed potatoes, and put your onions and butter on top of that. Oh, Lord. Caroline said they never heard of deep fried sushi. You go to the store, you buy some sushi. It's called raw fish, and you bring it home and you deep fry it. That's deep fried sushi. Joe Sankovich is in the house. He's got a new blog up. You might want to check out his new blog. One Cast, One Fish is in the house. He's loving the hat, rocking the hat. Old Stoner likes the glasses too. Yeah, I was telling him these are my cheap ones. My good ones, my Ray-Bans are out in my purse, but these are my cheap ones. You never want a pair of expensive sunglasses around all your craft supplies. I'll have paint and glue and everything all over them before the night's over. I get mistaken for a lot of things. Some are true, some are not. Why would I ruin sushi like that? Hell, that's the only way to eat it, Jim. Got to get the parasites out of it. Got to put it in some hot oil. Honey roasted lamb. Now that I have not had, although I have had my share of lamb and I've cooked my share of lamb. Lamb's good. Lamb chops. Oh my goodness. Some mustard sauce. Honey mustard. Tempura. Is that the fancy name for it, Marley? We just always called it deep fried. Sam's got to walk the dog. You should have had a dog on a treadmill with you. You'd have killed two birds with one stone. Jeff Robinson's having leftover pizza tonight. Disney Reunion 276454 is in the house. Good to have you in there. Well, thank you, Margie. Margie Yeomans is in the house. She likes my craft videos. I'm not bashing. I'm just saying it's better when it's cooked. I can't do raw food unless it's vegetables, you know, and even some of them have to be cooked. I'm from the land where you cook your food. We discovered fire. Yes, Joe, we've got a lot of great people in the house tonight. Good to have everybody out there. Everybody likes to talk about food. And Walker Outdoors put my Etsy shop URL up there. Everybody needs to check out my Etsy shop. I got a lot of my artwork and my soap and some jewelry and a lot of things that I've made there. If you want to check out the stuff that I've got, there's always more to go up, but I've got quite a bit on there now. There's over 100 items on there. Yeah, Victorian Edge. I'm with you. Cooked only. Say that. And I'll make a salad, nice leafy salad, and I'll put a little dressing on it and a little salt and maybe put some onions and some cherry tomatoes or something in there, you know, give it a little color. And then I'll take some chicken breast that's cooked, you know, leftover chicken breast in the refrigerator, and then I chop that up and I'll just kind of sprinkle that over the top of it to have a little meat on the salad. And, you know, I'm good to go for a meal like that. Yeah, he's talking about my craft videos. I started one this morning with a new project that I'm working on, which is a wood veneer picture that is a quilt pattern. And there's second episode is in the can. It'll go up in the morning. Rest assured, it did come out great, because when I ended that section of it, I was having some difficulties. But once I weighted it all down, it came out great. And I have, let's see, what did I do with it? Oh, I set it over there on another table. Show you what I've got right now on it, so you kind of get a sneak preview if you're watching now. But it's not near done, but this is how it's coming out. So it's shaping up. There's a lot more of it to do, but you see the veneer going down on here. I was having a lot of trouble getting the veneer to stick to the wood, and I finally got it to stick. I didn't want to use an epoxy or anything with it. I'm using wood glue, and the veneer has a tendency to curl. So I was having some problems, but I just quit where I was, weighted it down, and it started to stick. So I worked on it a little more a while ago and put some more pieces on it. I'll work on it some more tonight and do another video tomorrow. But in the morning, you'll get to see where I was having some issues. So, you know, don't panic and say, oh, Lord have mercy, she's not going to get this done, because I am going to get it done. It's working. It just has to be done in small jaunts so that you can weight the pieces down while the glue dries on them. Thank you, Margie. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is my own design, and it's a labor of love is what it is, because I've always wanted to do one. This is a birchwood board, and this is wood veneer. And wood veneer comes in sheets, and it's like paper, just a little thicker than paper, and it's wood. It's shaved wood. And so I cut that into quilt pattern pieces and started gluing it down on the board. And the idea is to run it out to the edge or close to the edge. And that will be a quilt pattern made out of wood on a board that you can hang on the wall. And you can do, you know, any quilt pattern. or any geometric shapes. The Etsy link is not working. Could be YouTube way of keeping people from leaving their platform. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Let's see here. Let me take a look at something right quick. And maybe I can do something that'll make it work. I don't know. Al, you might want to take a look at it. They can't get my Etsy store to work on there. We're going to try something else and see if I can get it to cooperate. Now that's I just put it in the chat. Now it's not going to hyperlink the way I put it on there, but that, you know, if you go to Etsy and you type in the chat, or in the search box, BrendaG Designs, that will take you right to my store. So that might help you a little bit. But if you go to any of my videos, the URL is in the description of the videos. And if you click on the hyperlink there, it should take you right to the site. Let me click on what you put up there and see if it'll take me in. Nope, it won't take me in that way, Mike. YouTube's blocking it. I'd heard they'd started doing that. Have at it's in the house. Thank you for the compliment. Appreciate it. Yeah, YouTube is, they're getting too picky with people. Way too picky. I'm not liking their new platform at all. They're making it impossible for us to be creators. They want us to be creators, but they're making it impossible for us to be creators. Al, if you're still out there, is there any way to get the Etsy link to work in the chat? Yes, Raven, by all means, email me. My email's right there in the description of the video. By all means. No problem with that whatsoever. Well, cool, Marley. Yeah, that's all you got to do is go to the store there, and if you have any questions about anything, just ask me. JD Night 7 in the house. Hey, good to see you in there. Yeah, I'm pretty approachable. If anybody has any questions about anything, or wants me to look at anything, or has any questions, you know, just ask me. If I don't know the answer, I'll make one up. Well, I hear you, old stoner, but the thing is that they're making it difficult for us to do our jobs when they censor everything we say and then censor everything we do, and they don't want us to put links up in the chat that helps our viewers. It's ridiculous. Can I post the link to the video where I need likes? Sure. Yeah, this week ain't no different than any other week, Matt. Matt needs likes on a video. He's going to post the link. And when he posts the link, just click over there and put a like on that video if you haven't done it already. He's in a contest, and likes on that video is like 50% of the rating for him to win the contest. He's trying to win a CNC so he can start up his own business. So, you know, it's kind of important. My World in OKC's in the house. Good to see you in there. Yeah, there he posted it. It's in there right now. And if you just click on that link and go over there and put a like on that video, Matt and I both appreciate it. I haven't looked at it in a few days, Matt. It was getting quite a few likes on it last I saw. Yeah, Raven's right. They don't want channels to do shout outs for other channels anymore. They don't want you to say that bus spelled backward word. But and yet they call it right on your screen. It says subscribe. I mean, for crying out loud. They demand that you have subscribers, but no, don't you say that word. Lord have mercy. Thank you very much, My World in OKC. Appreciate that. Oh, we got a bro love thing going on here. Matt now. AKA our life in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, I had that issue the other night. I was over in Wacky's chat, and about half of what I was typing was actually going on the screen. I refreshed and it stopped that. So I don't know if that'll help you, Matt, or not. But yeah, it's unreal, the stuff that's going on here. This going over to Twitch. I know a lot of people, oh, I don't want to go over to Twitch. Listen, it isn't any different than you having another, you know, you got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you've got Instagram, you know, it's just another platform is all it is. But the difference to me is when I get over on Twitch, I don't have somebody telling me that I can't say this and I can't say that and I can't put this link up and I can, you know, it's freedom. You have freedom over there. Now, if you're trying to be monetized, it's a little different story over there. But as long as you're not monetized, if you don't want to save the video for prosperity, you know, you can go over there and have fun. That's the one thing that Wacky likes about it is he can go over there, he can play copyrighted music over there, and DJ, and have a good time for about an hour. He doesn't save the video, but he gets to have some fun. You can say what you want to say. You're not policed over there like we are over here. Over here, they got algorithms and bots and all kinds of things bossing you around constantly. Twitch is if you get over there on that thing, you're going to think that you're in a different universe. It's just that simple. So it's a good way to be able to express yourself and enjoy yourself. I know when I get over on Twitch and I'm doing craft video, I don't feel rushed. Over here on YouTube, I feel rushed because people only have so long that, you know, so many hours in a day that they can spend trying to do anything on YouTube. So whatever they see, it's got to be fast and quick. And they're not spending any view time on the videos the way they used to when they could relax and enjoy things. But now they got to hurry up and make their comments and make their likes. And, you know, it's like craziness over here. But you get over there and you can relax. And you just take your time, enjoy the process, do what you need to do, talk to the people in the chat room, and relax yourself. I don't like feeling like I'm on needles and pins constantly. I did that when I had a job. I'm retired now. I don't want to feel like somebody's chasing me with a cattle prod constantly, you know. And that's how I feel over here on YouTube when I'm trying to do my crafting videos. Badgerware in the house. Good to see you in there. 420 Dean Blazing in the house. 420 Ding Blazing says he blocks bots. I don't know how you do that on YouTube because you can't be on YouTube without having a bot. The bots are checking everything you say, everything you do, everything goes in your chat, everything. Every comment that's made on your videos. If they don't like something somebody says in a comment, then they slap it into the spam folder. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not trying to talk anybody out of being on YouTube, but shoot, I'm here. But I'm just saying that this is nuts what they're doing. Oh, you're joking about the bots? Okay, because I was wondering how you blocking them. Guess who sent you? Well, I don't know. I'd like to think that you just come in because you love me. Is that too much to ask, Dean? Really? Lynn Wilson's in the house. Glad you dropped in. You never know what we're going to talk about here. We was talking about vittles a while ago. I think a bunch of them left and went to kitchen. They're making some green beans and ham hocks, and they got some oxtail soup going on the stove, and they're cooking up some lamb chops. Badgeware says he ranted about YouTube's new monetization rules. Yeah, you know, and it's not going to do us any good really to gripe about it because they're going to do what they're going to do. And the thing is, it's just going to get worse. This is just the beginning. I mean, everybody's thinking, oh, you know, once I get those 4,000 hours, once you get those 4,000 hours, you have to keep 4,000 or better hours all the time, or they're going to pull their monetization. It's just that simple. And that's until they decide they're going to raise the ante again. So I'm not going to chase a dangling carrot. I'm too old for that. Wacky sent you? Oh, without asking? He's probably taking a nap right now. He never made it for his second live on YouTube last night either. See, he went from YouTube to Twitch. He's going to go back to YouTube, never showed up. So I don't know. I think he fell asleep. Yeah, Badgewar says 4,000 hours of watch time. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They say, oh, well, we think it's obtainable. Well, yeah, it's obtainable if you're big roller. But who's going to be able to maintain that? I mean, we can reach it. It's maintaining it that's going to be an issue. And reaching it is a hurdle. Because ever since they announced that back in January, I have really been working hard and had a lot of other people working hard to try to get my hours up just to reach it so I can shut it off. I was up for review. For any of you that don't know what's going on here, I was up for review for monetization before they changed the rules, clear back mid-December. And they didn't approve it. They didn't approve it. They didn't approve it. And I'm wondering, well, what in the world's going on here? They're not approving it. They gave me Super Chat. And there was a few people that were kind enough to donate some money to Super Chat, but not enough for me to actually get a check. So when the rules went into effect in February and I didn't have enough hours, they took my Super Chat. They didn't give me a check. They didn't give the money back to the people that had donated the money. They're holding it. They're holding the money hostage. They stole the money. Now, the idea is that, oh, well, once you reach all the criteria, if we decide to give you monetization, then we'll give you back the Super Chat. Now, the thing is, you got to reach the hours. Then you have to get approved. Then they're going to give you back the Super Chat until such time as they decide they're going to remove it again. So that gives them the right to steal your Super Chat anytime they want to. They strike you and they shut down your monetization and they take your super chat. If you don't keep the hours maintained, they take your super chat. So I have to reach the hours, get reviewed, get approved so that I can shut down monetization and shut down super chat. And then I'm telling them to issue me the money or return it to the people that donated it. And I'm going to be all over them like white on rice. So that's where we stand right now with the hours and, you know, trying to get it approved as far as I'm concerned. Y'all can do whatever you want. You want to get monetized and you want to, you know, jump through their hoops and chase that little dangling carrot at the end of the stick. That's up to you. But I'm old school, and I believe that once bitten, twice shy. They bit me, so now I'm going to be real shy of messing with them again. Yeah, Raven, you've got it right. You want people that want to watch your channel and become friends with you. Yeah. Trying to reach the hours should not be an issue, and that's what a lot of people are chasing, is those hours just to get the monetization. Chase the hours, chase the hours. Right now, I'm just chasing the hours so that I can discontinue the monetization and quit the foolishness. I can't even shut it off until I'm approved. It's supposed to be under review. It's waiting for the hours. Once it gets the hours, then they can tell me whether they're going to approve it or not. I'm going to assume at this point they're going to approve it until such time as. But if they say that they're not going to approve it, then we're going to fight about the super chat money they stole. Either way, we're going to fight about the super chat money, because that's not right. I don't care if they give it to me or if they return it to the people that donated it, that they've stolen it from. But either way, they're going to cut loose that super chat money, or I'm going to die trying to get it returned, one way or the other. Yeah, Badgerware, you got it right. Okay, Politico wants to know about the new rules. You have to have 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time on your videos within 12 months in order to qualify for monetization review. That's just for the review. If they approve you, then you get monetization, but you must maintain the 4,000 hours or they're going to take it back. That's the new rules. 4,000 hours is 240,000 minutes of view time. Stoner says, I've heard you can get any money in there if you close out your AdSense, but you might not be able to join AdSense again. Not sure if you have to shut down the channel or not. No, you don't have to shut down the channel, but you can't shut down the AdSense if you're not approved for it yet. See, that's just the thing. I'm under review. And I can't even get reviewed until I hit the criteria. Had I known they were going to do this back in December, I would not have asked to have monetization at all. I had no idea that they were going to do this, just like everybody else. See, and that's one of the big issues that I have with YouTube is the lack of communication. They should be communicating with the people. As when I put in and said that I wanted to be reviewed for monetization, when I qualified for it, they should have said, wait a minute. We're going to give you the option of whether you want to do this or not, because we're going to change the rules next month. Here's what we're going to do. And then that would have been up to me whether I wanted to get involved in such a mess or not. But they don't communicate with the people. They just make the rules, and here they are, and this is what it is, and you have to follow it. That's not right. That's a poor way to treat your creators. Yeah, it used to be 10,000 views, and I had 10,000 views. That wasn't a problem. Mobile Madness in the house. Thank you. Appreciate the compliment. Jim's leaving. Bye, Jim. I'll give you the Queen's wave. Yeah, it's between 10 and 11 hours a day for the 12-month period. Exactly. Yeah, I've done calculated it all out. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Logan Paul didn't help in the discussion. And yet, he's still allowed to be on YouTube. He should have been thrown off. Any of us would have been. They wouldn't even thought twice about it. So why the shades? Because they're cool. Because they're cool, Al. They're cool. Don't you like my shades? Cheap sunglasses. ZZ Top. How many hours do I have right now? 3,918, I think. Somewhere in that vicinity. It's less than 100 hours that I need yet in order to qualify. But while that doesn't sound like much, it's still, like 3 continuous days of nothing but watch time. So it's going to be another week or so before I qualify. Even with, people trying to help out and play stuff for me. It's ridiculous. So I know right now, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if I qualify for it, I will not be able to maintain it. Not with my current content on my videos. Yep, exactly. Smaller channels are suffering. It's horrible. And I have to wonder what's going to happen down the pike. None of us know for sure. None of us have a crystal ball. But I've got to wonder if down the pike, if you're not doing something to create money for YouTube, if they're not just going to drum you off the channel and say, hey, look, you're not getting this many hours, you can't have a channel here. Well, it was good to have you in there, Badger. Appreciate you dropping in. Probably just that one video. They're not going to demonetize him totally. No. They slapped him on the wrist over what he pulled, or they might have given him, so many days or something of no monetization. But no, they did not totally demonetize him. He's too big. He brings in too much for YouTube. Come back anytime, Badger. Yeah, you just, you never can tell what they're going to come up with next. Every time you turn around, they've got another rule, another hurdle. I'm old and arthritic. I can't jump the hurdles anymore. I'm going to put out my content, make it as good a content as I know how to make it. I don't have money for fancy equipment. Everybody say, oh, you get into this, then you got to upgrade. You got a better computer. You got to get a better camera. You got to get better lighting. You got to get better this, that, and the other. I have no money for that. There is no money for that. And what monetization I would get from them will not cover the cost of buying thousands of dollars worth of equipment. I'm not Logan Paul. I'm not PewDiePie, and I'm not going to kid myself. Even channels that are bragging about getting monetization are saying, oh, well, I got $150 last month out of YouTube. Well, think about it. How many hours do you have to put in to get that? Because if you're putting 40 hours a week into your editing and into doing your videos and coming up with your creation and shopping for whatever you need to get to do these things, and 40-hour work week, and you're making $150 a month, you haven't made any money. You'd be better off holding down a job. So, that's just my 2 cents worth. Yeah, as I understand it, they took that video down. And I think they slapped him on the wrist over it, but no, they're not going to do anything serious to him because he's their moneymaker. You don't shoot the goose that lays the golden egg. Matt says, I tell people to make a video 1 hour long and repeat the process 4,000 times. Boom, easy requirement fulfilled. Yeah, easy peasy, easy for you to say. Yeah, Raven does her filming and editing on her Samsung Galaxy S7. Well, see, I don't even have one of those. I have a laptop computer. I have a little Logitech camera. I have a couple LED lights on my desk. That's it. That's it. I have the only editor I have is a free one that I got on the internet where I can splice video together from my GoPro. I do have a GoPro camera if I do happen to be out of here. I don't like it. I thought I would when I bought it, but if I had it to do over, I wouldn't do that. I don't like the way it records video. And it could be just that I'm technically challenged, don't know how to use it right. But when it records video, it does it in 10-minute segments. I mean, it looks like it's continuously filming, and it is, but it's broken down into segments on the card. So when you upload it to the computer, you have all these segments, and you have to splice them together, which means they have to go through an editor, and you splice them all together. Well, it takes you time to upload it. It takes you time to put it through the editor and splice it all together. It takes you time to put it through an encoder, and it takes you time to upload it. So a 2-hour video takes over 8 hours process to do. So, you know, I do not like that at all. It should be a lot more streamlined. And maybe it's just that I don't know what I'm doing. If somebody knows how to do it better and easier and faster and all that, that's on the cheap, or I don't have to buy all kinds of programs and stuff to do it, then let me know. But I'm not impressed. Yeah, Frozen says, working for McDonald's is less hours and more pay than YouTube. More hours and less pay. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we have, I live in a town here in Indiana that has a lot of industry in it. And there are a lot of factories here that are hiring for $14 an hour, and they cannot get people to work. $14 an hour to start. In 90 days, you know, if you prove yourself in 90 days, you'd start getting benefits, okay, and get raises. And people want to knock themselves out for like $1 an hour on YouTube. Are you kidding me? Yeah, Reagan. See, I don't even know how to edit. I know how to splice them together, but I know nothing about, you know, how to take parts out or how to add stuff in or how to voice over or speed up. You know, a lot of them do their fast forward thing on the video. I have no clue. I am technically challenged. I do not know how to do any of that stuff. So, you know, I can't do all the fancy things that everybody else does with them because I just don't know how. It's hard to do that on these freebie deals. You know, you have to buy fancy editors in order to be able to do fancy stuff. I look like Slash. Mobench 25 says I look like Slash. Jules Oleg Vids is in the house. Good to have you in there. Looking to see if anybody else dropped in on me. Land of Landon Land is in the house. Good to have you in there. Candy Cause is in the house. Backing up a little more here to see if anybody else slipped in while my mouth was running. Now, next Sunday is going to be Easter. What y'all doing for Easter? Y'all got some egg hunts planned, and what are you going to fix for dinner on Easter? Anything special? Can I play Welcome to the Jungle on the guitar? I wish I could play the guitar. I've got a steel here that I've tried to learn in the past. I haven't had any luck with it. And I can toot a little bit on the harmonica, enough to aggravate the neighbors. That's about the extent of my musical ability. Doing as little as possible for Easter, huh? Beer in the shop. Okay, Marley, I'll check on it after I get off the air here and take care of it. Cool. Well, Rosie, you never know what I'm liable to cook up. You know, if it's still got some steam coming off of it. I got my skinning knife in the van. If the Easter Bunny starts laying eggs, you're going to run like hell. I don't blame you. If the Easter Bunny lays eggs on your lawn, do not eat them. Rabbit stew. I'm with you, Mike. Somebody's asking me the other day. I said, well, if I can catch that rabbit, I'm going to eat him. Awesome pepper. Used to, I would. I'd cook a rabbit every Easter. That was my thing. Back when I had a family, that's what I'd do. Okay, Marley says that Logan Paul was penalized. His monetization has been taken away. Okay, but will be given back to him next month. He took the video down on his own. Okay. Yeah, but you can bet it won't be permanent. You know, he'll get the monetization back. They had to do something, I guess, to try to save face, but still, he should have been removed from YouTube permanently. I mean, you know, look what they did to Lunatic Dad when they just took his channel. All of his content, took everything. His channel was gone for less than what Logan Paul did. Just saying. Okay. Polito's Toys Playtime says that they're going to leave. And if you guys want to support me, leave me a message so she can add you. So there you go. J4 Films in the house. Exactly, Matt. Logan's actions impacted the entire YouTube ecosystem, creators and ad buyers. Exactly. Now, Marley says you don't have to upgrade your equipment for YouTube. Still records on Galaxy S7, and it just upgraded the video quality to 4K. The thing about 4K videos is it takes way too long to upload. Honestly, I don't have any of that capability. I bought this computer new last summer when my old one just bit the dust after like 10 years. And, you know, all I could afford was a $30 Logitech camera. And I've probably got, I don't know, $25 in my lights. Yeah, Walker Outdoors says he'll give him a hell of a deal on his channel. He'll sell his channel. I thought you sold it the other day for $0.25. If you sold it the other day for $0.25, you cannot sell it again. Yeah, Land and Land wants to have a come to Jesus meeting with Logan Paul. Just me, Logan Paul, and my ball bat in a room. What is that they say? You can't cure stupid, but you can sure beat it with a ball bat. Matt's leaving. Queen's wave. Thanks for coming, Matt. Appreciate having you in there. Oh, you guys are a hoot. If you don't know how to edit, look for it in YouTube. That's what I did. Look for how to add music, etc. Need to fancy stuff. Windows Movie Maker has everything and it's free. Well, I tried the Windows Movie Maker, couldn't figure it out. See, when I say I'm technically challenged, do not underestimate me. I've got a free editor thing here. The only thing I know how to do on it is just to splice them together. That's it. Green Bay Wacky's in the house. Lord have mercy. Good to have you in there. You like my cheap sunglasses? My expensive ones are out in the purse, but these are cheap ones because I won't bring my expensive ones in here around all the craft supplies. I'll end up with paint and glue all over them. Well, people wonder, Waggy, how in the hell I ended up on YouTube. How, because finding the on button is a challenge for me, but I managed to stumble into it. I can't even remember who, gave me directions. Somebody did once upon a time, and that's how I ended up in here. Yeah, Al, Green Bay Wacky's in the house. Party's going on now. Yeah, anybody in here that is not subbed to Green Bay Wacky, this is a must. You got to get over there, sub to him, and show up for his live streams. He live streams on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday nights at 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. And he runs 2-3 hours, maybe more, depending on how things are going. And that's where you get supporters. That's where you get your subscribers. Get over there and get subbed to him. Show up for the live streams and work it. Oh, if technology was a craft, I'd own it. Well, I don't know. It is a craft as far as I'm concerned, and one I'm not very good at. Man, I tell you what, and they keep changing things. As soon as I learn one thing, then it's old potatoes. You gotta upgrade to something new. I have a green screen. How to use it? I have not one clue. I'm going to have to, try taking some tutorials. And the thing of it is, I get off on those tutorial videos, and about the first 10 to 15 of them I watch, I can't make any sense out of. And then finally, I'll stumble across one that about half works for me, and I still have a dozen questions that aren't covered in the video. So I don't know. No, but eventually, I'm going to see if I can get the green screen working and be able to do something with that. Well, really, Land of Land and Land, the green screen is nothing more than a green sheet. And you just make a frame for it. If you want to know how to do that, go over to Green Bay Wacky's videos. He's got a video up on how to make one out of PVC pipe cheap. So, there's a inexpensive way to do a green screen. Yeah, Al said you have to put it behind you. Now, that much I knew. But only because I've seen videos where they've got the green screen sitting behind them. So Journey to Elder and me's in the house. Good to see you in there. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I think you're right, Marley. Yeah. Well, that's part of it. I'll say this, that's part of it. The other part of it is YouTube's greed. The further back they hold us from being able to get any monetization, the more money they get to put in their pockets. Yeah, Green Bay says that eBay has $14 delivered 10 by 10 and frame, or just staple it to the wall. I have my green screen. That's not an issue. It's figuring out what to do with it. We'll figure all that out when I get the studio moved. I'm moving it out to the other room where I'll have a little bit more room and be able to organize things a little bit better out there and have the green screen behind me and do all that. See, I can't put it behind me here. These are closets. They're full of craft stuff. Yeah, pretty much that's what I'm going to do. See, I'm part of I have a huge living room here in this old house. And so about half of it's going to become my studio, at least for a while. I keep moving it. I had it upstairs. Now I moved it down here into the office. And now I'm kind of outgrowing it down here. So I'll move it out there. We'll see how things go out there. It's a whole wall. The whole wall is nothing but closets behind me. Oh, I see what you mean now. You want me to take a picture of it to somehow load onto the computer and then project it onto the green screen. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they are full. They are so full, in fact, that you got to be careful opening the doors. You're going to get avalanched. Yeah, they not know what room I'm in then, will they, Al? Yeah, I am looking forward to getting that done. I just have not had the time. I've got the desk set up out there. I've got the racks with the organizers and stuff in them so that I can start moving all this mess that I've got in here surrounding me out there and get it all organized, but I have not had time to get her done. So that's why Green Bay, I was telling him a while ago that I'm going to be cutting back on what I do on Twitch. I've been doing a live stream every night and then a live stream at 3 o'clock on Mondays. There's going to be 3 live streams on Twitch a week, and that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I'll be doing craft videos over there on Twitch. And I may cut back some of the videos that I do here on YouTube, but that I haven't decided, what I'm going to do about that yet. I'm going to get a little closer to springtime because I'm going to have gardening and house cleaning and stuff that I got to do. It's going to start cutting into my time a little bit. And then maybe pick it back up in the fall when things calm down. But still be doing the live here at 8 o'clock on Monday nights. Okay, Raven Rainbrook says, everyone go check out James Cox. He has started a new way to help smaller channels grow and supporters and views. If you use I Am Creator on every video, your video gets uploaded into a list of YouTube videos. That's interesting. I did not know that. Green Bay Wacky's eating grapes. Say hey to Haley. Yeah, Alan wants me to live stream the garden. I may do that since, seems to be some interest in it. I'll show you some of the stuff that I do out there. Be planting my green beans and my maters and my gourds. So I have gourds to do more projects and stuff with. Keep breathing alpha ones in the house. Got quite a few folks in here tonight. I'm playing, what am I playing? I think I'm playing H-Top. Go over here and take a look at what I am doing. Yeah, it's H-Top that I got playing tonight. We'll see what happens with that, because the last time I played some H-Top, they gave me a strike and said somebody else had it monetized. Since I wasn't monetized, it was no big deal as long as I didn't try to monetize the video. And like there's any danger of that happening, since I can't even get monetized, but Caroline says, we'll do a live show for you, Brenda, on how to use Windows Video Maker. This way you can ask all the time you need and ask the questions that you want. Well, you let me know when it's going to be so that I can get it on the schedule here and be able to watch it to participate. I'm sure I'll have some questions for you because I'm a mess. Okay, I understand. You have a night, good night out there, Dave. Tell the wife and all of them to say hey. That's what I'm playing, Dave. That's exactly what I'm playing. That's what I got hit with. So I don't know. I don't know if everybody gets hit like that or if I'm just lucky, but hey. I wasn't going to take the video down, not with me needing hours. That's foolish. Love you too, Dave. Boy, we've had some hitters in the house tonight, ain't we? Knocking it right out of the park. Dude behind the camera and Green Bay Wacky and CF been in here. There he is. I see him. That says, my watch time is way over the required to be monetized, but the sub thing is the killer. Well, CF, you need to drop me an email. Because if you drop me an email, I can drop you a list that I have of channels that are supporters. And you go to work on that list and you'll have it in a few days. That's not a problem. Yeah, I'm going to have to try something there. The free music jukebox, he doesn't have enough in his playlist for me. He needs to have at least an hour or so worth of music in the playlist. And Technetic, I forget why I didn't play him tonight. I just stumbled here over H-Top. Maybe it's just running late is what it was. But I'll try to get him next week. Well, thank you, Maggie. Or Margie. Sorry. My eyes see one thing, my mouth says something else. Okay, Land of Land. You need to drop me an email. My email address is in the description of the video. Drop me an email, say, I need the list. And I will send you the list. As a matter of fact, let me write down so that I know what I'm watching for. Get my pencil. There we go. and CF and Langdon. So I'll know when it comes in what list you're talking about. Just drop me a message, and if you work that list, you'll have your subs in a few days. Won't be a big deal. Hey, Green Bay, give you the Queen's wave. We'll see you tomorrow night if I don't talk to you before. Now remember, Green Bay has his live streams Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday nights at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern Time. You get over there and go to work in the room, meeting people, busting up and busting down. You'll be able to get your criteria met in the submarine department there. Smash the like button. Smash it! Yep, the wacky show is in demand. No doubt about it. Everybody loves the wacky show. Okay. When the show goes off, I'll get over there and I'll ship you that list. It'll come as a file, attachment to the email, because it's a big one. But you get to work in that. Those are supporters. They will help you out. Yeah, I try to keep things up to date there, you know, with who needs hours and who's going to help play the hours and who is good supporters and all that sort of thing. I try to keep all that stuff up so that it's easy for folks to get the help that they need. Come and fly away with me. 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 So now you'd all really laugh if wings came out of the sides of my hat right now. TCTV's in the house. Good to see you in there. Okay, Lisa. Well, I thought your name was Raven, but okay. All right, Lisa. Yeah, it's probably good if you just specify in the email if you want the list for getting subs or if you want the list for playing for view time. You know, that might help me out a little bit, know which list to send you, or I may just send you both. Yeah, you're exactly right, because I know it's not over. It's not over by a long shot. They got away with this. Now, there's a lot of people that left, and there's a lot of people that are angry, and there's a lot of people that will just roll over and comply. But as soon as the smoke blows over from this one, then they're going to change it again. It ain't over. Okay. All right, Landon, I got you. Okay, CF wants both. Margie says that I am so sorry I don't have a channel. I am a supporter of all you great people. Cool. We need supporters. Nothing wrong with that. You actually do have a channel. You just haven't put any content on it. Because you can't even comment in here unless you have a channel. So just to clarify it for you, Margie, you do have a channel. But it's up to you whether you want to put content on it or not. Francis needs watch time. I'll tell you what, Francis, the easiest way to do that is just to drop a comment on any one of my videos saying, in it to win it. Any one of them. It doesn't matter which one. Just drop a comment that says in it to win it. That way I can go to your channel. I can get your information there from your channel and put you in the list. And then I and several other people play the lists, as we get bandwidth available. We play each channel on the list and help them get their view time. So that's the best way to do it, rather than me having to stop here in the middle of the show and go get your information and all that and try to copy it and all that. Just in it to win it on any video. I know exactly what it means. And that goes for anybody else. If you need help and I don't have you on the list already. All right, Lisa. Good to have you in there, honey. Come back every week. I'm in here every Monday night at 8 o'clock. If I don't show up, something's bad wrong. Either my internet's failed or I've died. Okay, Mo Bench says how what? Oh. You have to give me more of your question. I'm waiting for Mo Bench to get more of his question up here. Cool, Lisa. I look forward to it. Oh, how can you get on the list? If you need view time, all you have to do is go to any one of my videos, any one of them, and just go to the comments section and type in it to win it. I mean, it's that simple. You just put that in there. I see every comment that is put on my videos. When you do that, then I go pull your information and put you on the list. As I and the other people that are helping out with the list get our bandwidth time available, then we play your videos. We just go over to videos, and up at the top of your videos, it says play all. We push that button and play all your videos for you. Some of them, it takes 2 or 3 weeks to play them all. But I don't know, I can't speak for everybody that's helping here, but I play every one, every video. I just leave them in the background. They play on my computer, and when they're done, they're done. And then I go to the next channel that needs help. So that's what we're doing here, is helping with the view time. And that's all you have to do is to get on the list is any of my videos. Go in to any of them in the comments section, just type in it to win it. And I see those comments and I pull the information. Okay, I'm gonna go till 9:45, so that's 9 more minutes. So if you need to do any more bussing to get your fleet up, now's the time to do it. Bus up, bus down, and I'll shut her off here in about 9 minutes. Yeah, I know Mike says that he plays all of them too. I know that there's been some people say that they'll just do a playlist, so it helps if you have playlists on your channel. But I just play them all, because if you need view time, you need view time. Play all of them. And it doesn't cost me any more to do that because, my internet is what my internet is, and they give me the bandwidth, so might as well use it. Yeah, have at it. Everybody's got a different way of doing things because everybody has a different life. Everybody has a different schedule and different, criteria. So, what works for one person won't work for somebody else. Okay, CF, it was good to have you in here. Hopefully we'll see you back next week. Same time, same channel. Yeah, Al has a giveaway going on April the 4th. He says, so go and comment and follow him, and he's put a link up there for you to do that. I've got to get over there and check that out too, Al. The shameless plug. Hey, I don't care. Go ahead, you know, put your information in there. The only issue that I ever have is if somebody comes in and says, hey, I'm doing a live right now. Come over to my channel. Now, wait a minute. If you want to say, when Brenda goes off, then I'll be doing a live over on my channel. You can come over to mine and we'll continue the party over there. Hey, that's cool. But don't come in the middle of my stream saying you have a live going on right now on your channel. You want to promote your videos, you need likes on a video, you're having giveaways, you know, any of that kind of stuff. Shoot, I don't have a problem with that. If somebody has some kind of special promotion or something going on that, you know, maybe something they need help with or something they're doing, let me know. You know, hell, I'll pull you right on the channel. We just get you in here and get the skinny. Just reading here on the screen a little bit what folks have to say. Everybody bussing up and bussing down. If you come over to Green Bay's live streams, I'm a mod there in the chat room, and I lay down some rhymes and some silliness in the chat to amuse people while the show's going on. Yeah, Al says, I don't have a live now, but live on Twitch, and he gives the URL for his Twitch channel, Fridays at 2 p.m., 11 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. So you can come and hang out with Al. I host him on my channel too. They're on Twitch. Well, you've been sick, Mike, so you have an excuse. You know, you can sit there in your chair and go to sleep when you're sick. I understand that wholeheartedly. Boy, back in the winter when I was sick, shoo. There was a lot of days that I wished I could sleep. I was so congested I couldn't breathe. I got a lull in the music. I noticed a while ago on one of his videos, and there's long lag, like a minute and a half lag between one song and the next, the way he had them spaced out. I was sick in the head. Yes, TCTV, there is. You can only sub, I think it's 75 people in a 24-hour period, and then it times you out for 4 or 5 hours. And when the 4 or 5 hours is up, then you can get back at it again. If you are to the point where you are timed out by YouTube on being able to sub people, just tell them, hey, if you sub me, leave a comment, and as soon as I get my privileges back, then I'll get back in there and sub to you. Most people are okay with that because they understand how YouTube is with that, and it's foolish. That's another one. They're foolish things that they do. I mean, they want us to have subscribers in order to be able to reach the monetization levels, but then they limit us on how many people that we can subscribe to in a day. I mean, turn people loose and let them do the thing. It reminds me of a story that I heard a long time ago. It's an economy story. There's a fella and his wife that had a little country store, and they had a son, and they sent their son off to college, and their son specialized in accounting. And he graduated from college and come back home. And the next morning, they got up and they go over to the store, and the door's locked on the store, and the sign in the window says closed for inventory. And the dad unlocks the door and goes in, and the son's in there. He's got him a pencil and a piece of paper, and he's going and counting everything in the store and writing it down on the piece of paper. And the dad says, "What do you think you're doing?" And he said, "Well, Dad, they taught us this in accounting school, that you have to have an inventory and know what you got in your store so you'll be able to calculate what your profits are." And the dad stood back and pointed up on the top shelf. He says, "You see that bolt of cloth up there on that top shelf?" And the boy says, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, when we started this store, we started with that bolt of cloth." And the boy says, "Okay." And he says, "Everything else in here is profit. Open the door." And that's how I feel about this business with YouTube wanting to limit us on how many people we can subscribe to in a 24-hour period. You want the people to get subscribers to be able to hit the monetization to promote the advertising for this site. Open the door. And I will also mention, if any of you in here are not part of the YouTube Creators Union, you need to get signed up to that. And I think they'll allow me to drop the link for that here in the chat. So let me grab that real quick and drop it in here, because if you are not part of the YouTube Creators Union, you need to be. And let me copy that. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Things bouncing around here. And grab that and we'll pop it here in the chat. You need to get joined up with the YouTube Creators Union. And let me see if that's working in the chat. I think it is, but I want to be sure. Yep, that's working. All right. Okay. Get this back where I wanted it here on the screen. But yeah, if you're not part of the YouTube Creators Union, you need to join. That's important. There's safety in numbers, and that guy is smart. If you watch that video, he explains how this works. He has a Facebook group, and he also has a bulletin board so that you can stay tuned with everything that they're doing. And he's got YouTube's attention. Now, I haven't looked at the YouTube group here in the last few days, but he had over 10,000 members the last I checked. David's Fish Tanks is in the house. Good to have you in there. Well, you have to keep up with the Facebook group. Mike, you have to go over and read their posts and stuff in the Facebook group. They're not going to send you anything personally. You have to go and watch everything that's posted there in the Facebook group. And on the bulletin board as well, because there's posts to all of that. Okay, we'll go another 3 minutes, because a couple of you come in here late, so we'll give you another 3 minutes, and then I'm going to shut her down. But yeah, the story about the the inventory, it's the same thing as the subs. If you want people to have subscribers, you got to open it up. Open up the floodgates, turn people loose, and let them subscribe. And, if they don't like that, then, in my opinion, okay, up how many subscribers that you need to have on the channel. Instead of 1,000, say you have to have 1,500. But open the floodgates. Let people do their subscribing and do what they need to do in order to grow their channels. You can't tell people that, okay, you have to have this much view time and you have to have this many subscribers and then inhibit them from being able to do it. That's frustrating. Nobody wants that. except YouTube apparently, but hey, I'm just saying. You went to public school, Mike? Yeah, you subscribe to the YouTube group, you subscribe to the bulletin board, and then you go and read the posts. There's some interesting things on there. Well, I hope everybody had a good time tonight. Be sure and check out my Etsy store, and check out my Patreon channel, and check out my Twitch channel, and check out my Instagram, and check out my Twitter. And I think the only thing I don't have down there is my Facebook. There are a few people that's on my Facebook page, but you know, if you want the Facebook page, send me an email. I'll send you the link to it, because it's not Brenda G's Designs over on Facebook. That's the only place that it's not Brenda G's Designs. Every place else, it's Brenda G's Designs. Okay, the clock is striking here, so I'm going to go ahead and shut her down 10 minutes till 10. And I hope everybody enjoyed this. Well, I'm glad you was able to make it, David. Very cool to have you in the house. You missed Green Bay Wacky. You missed Dude Behind the Camera. You missed a lot of big players came in here tonight. But hey, next week, 8 o'clock, Monday night, I'll be here and I'll be putting videos up all week. So keep watching. You never know what I'm liable to do next. Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda. Bye.